Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the YouTube. Today, we're going to talk about evil comparisons. We're going to talk about what a comparison is, why we compare, what it does to you, what it does to your spirit, and more so, what it does to your position with God. Okay. Now, we need to go down to the foundation. What is a comparison? Well, the word compare, it means to treat or regard to as equal. And what I'm about to say is not cliche. I'm not flattering you, but there's nobody like you. There's nobody with your purpose in life. God designed you even more unique than a snowflake. There's nobody that can be equal to you, but you're not better than them and they're not better than you. They're just different. So treated to or regarded as equal, the same in quality or extent. So equality is not real. Okay. Being equal is not real. It's not real. It doesn't even exist. There's not a thought that you are so unique. I am so unique. I know I am. But that does not mean I'm better than you. It's just and this is why humans are so beautiful. We can come together to a big pot of gumbo. I'm the corn, you're the okra, somebody else is, I don't know, whatever else is in gumbo or jambalaya, everything comes together, we mesh well, we're good to go. But have you ever wondered why plants don't compare themselves to other plants? Why don't dogs compare them? Well, dogs kind of do. Rocks don't. So this means comparison on an existential level is designed for certain portions of God's existence. So creators, you and I, the human, the things that are created in God's image, we have the ability to compare. Creatures have the ability to compare. I don't think all creatures have the ability to compare. But when you are like if you have two dogs, I have two dogs, and I play with Pepper, Sadie will get upset, jealous. Okay, why are you doing that? You're not doing that with me, right? So that's comparison. Okay, but the thing is, you are never equal. You can't be equal. What equal looks like in reality is I have a twin that is moving and mirroring everything that I am doing. So like my hand goes up, his hand goes up, my other hand goes up, his hand goes up. We're at the same pitch of our tone. We're both sitting down. Our legs are tingly because we filmed a video, this long form video first. It didn't work. So now we're re-recording it, but we must continue. So, in reality, what equality or an equal person would look like is if they exist in the same space and time that I am literally in right now. So me in this body, if there were two of me right here, like inside my skin, like a glove, this would mean that there's the possibility of equality. no person is equal to me. I am not equal to anybody else. There's no person equal to you. There's no person that you are equal to. Okay? That's just how it is. So comparison by nature is a delusion. You are delusional if you are comparing. But something psychologically happens when you compare. When you compare, there's a phrase that occurs. It's called cognitive dissonance. You experience cognitive dissonance, and cognitive dissonance is psychological stress caused by holding opposing values or ideas. So you think that two things are true that cancel each other out. So, for example, and this is why it's tricky with comparison. So when you compare somebody to yourself, you think they are equal to you, or you are equal to them. And you are also in the same breath assuming that they are different. Both of those cannot be true. You can one person cannot be similar. One person cannot be equal and different at the same time. Either they are equal, they are exactly like you, like they are you, or they are just different. They have different values. I'm African American. You might be Caucasian. You might be Hispanic. Okay, whatever. And that doesn't make me better. It doesn't make you better. It's just different. But comparing, subconsciously, you agree that you are equal and you are also different. So you experience something called cognitive dissonance, psychological stress. Equality is not a thing. And I know that there's been social movements, civil rights movements and stuff like that, but equality is never real. It's never been real. At an individual level, at a mass level, it's never been real. It cannot be real. It's just when people don't accept differences, then now we have some real malicious things like slavery and segregation and Jim Crow and all this crazy stuff, right? So like comparison, it is delusional. It means that you are delusional. But why do we compare? Why do we even compare in the first place? Why is it necessary? It's not necessary. We've been tricked. We think we need to compare in order to grow sometimes. But we compare because we think it's better to be cautious. Well, caution is not wisdom. Okay? You need to be curious instead of cautious. Be curious instead of cautious. Caution is not wisdom. Many people think you need to compare so that you can be cautious, so that you can get ahead in your business, in your personal life, in your romantic life. Be cautious. No. Be curious. Okay? And yes, curiosity is dangerous. That's why curiosity killed the cat. Because curiosity is when you fall in love with the unknown. This is why 2-year-olds fall in love with the edge of the couch and they jump off. They fall in love with electrical outlets and sharp knives, and they want to run with suckers in their mouth. They're curious. These are curious little humans, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful to see, but it's dangerous. Okay? Curiosity leads to love. Only way. Caution leads to control. Got it? So when you compare, you are cautious on some level. You have to be cautious in order to compare. But when you compare, what is the other thing that you are? Well, you actually don't trust at all. You lack trust. And this is unique, okay? When you compare, you don't. There's something about you that you think is inadequate, and you are assuming that you are equal to the other person. So that's why you feel like you need to compare. Let's say you're watching a soccer game and you see a very famous soccer player. I like watching soccer. I don't know any of the soccer players' names, so please forgive me. But like if you're watching your favorite soccer player and they're running down the field and they're dribbling the ball and it's real, oh wow, ooh, all this great stuff. What ends up happening is then you say, I could never do that. You're comparing. It's not a comparison. If God put that in you for your purpose, you'll know. Okay? You'll know. But what does that do in the spirit world? What does comparison do in the spirit world? Well, comparison, it robs you of God's protection. It robs you of joy. It repositions you into a new pathway to receive from the spirit world. So remember, the Bible says, we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities. Okay, wrestling is about position, proper position, and leverage. Okay, proper position, leverage, endurance, and tenacity. That's what wrestling is about. Proper position, leverage, endurance, and tenacity. That's all what wrestling is about. So we wrestle not with flesh and blood. So we're not supposed to hit people. We're not supposed to yell at people. We're not supposed to, force people into submission and call it holy. That's not, it's literally telling us not to do that. On the other end, it says we wrestle with principalities, meaning we wrestle with the foundation, with things that are first. Okay, principle means first. So what's first? The Bible tells us what's first. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities. Okay, yes, I know that there's more to that, but I'm telling you the good stuff. So we wrestle with the principalities. Principle means first, prime, principle. Okay, and the Bible also tells us what is first. In the beginning was the Word. So whatever you speak, you then have the ability to create. I mean that like wholeheartedly. Everything that you created, good or bad, holy or demonic, any business, any ebook, any team that you've built, any friendship, any marriage, any divorce, any sales, anything. Okay, any tattoo that you've gotten, any clothes shopping that you went down, it all started with a word. Your word in your mind. You can think. You can speak without thinking. This is true, but you can't think without words. Okay, you can speak without thinking. This is true. The Bible even tells us that, or even hints at it. Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. So that is assuming, or that's telling us that we can speak, like we can communicate without verifying. That's a possibility. We can just vent and just get it off of our chest and, oh my God, I'm so hurt. And, I hate this person. You are so wrong. This is why you're always wrong. You can communicate without verifying. Okay, the Bible tells us that. but it also gives you the consequence of it. It's the devil's mouthpiece. If you talk without verifying, you will engage or propagate demonic activity. Okay? So in the beginning was the Word was with God. So we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities. We wrestle with what's first. We need to change our position with what is first. And what is first? Where does life come from? Okay, what is life anyway? Life, the word life, it means spiritual existence imparted by God. So life is spirituality. But spirituality belongs to God, Jesus, Yahweh, the Most High, the I am that I am. That's what it belongs to. Spirituality is not yours. It's not empowering you to be some goddess or god that others are supposed to worship. That's not what spirituality is at all about. Are you important? Sure. Absolutely. But you're not all important, and neither am I. And God doesn't need you. God doesn't need me either. That's why procrastination is so deadly. So deadly. Because if you don't do something God told you to do, he may not ever ask you to do it again. He may not give you the opportunity to do it again. So, there's this thing called intuition, okay? And I sincerely hope that this video works this time. So there's this thing called intuition, and intuition, it means spiritual perception. So think of a pathway. Think of a pathway of, like a walkway, a sidewalk, a river, a pathway of like, a stream, an airway, a tunnel, a cave, those like pathways, okay? You should know, okay? Intuition is just an indication that you are standing in front of a spiritual pathway. Intuition, spiritual perception. Spiritual perception. Perceiving in the spirit world. So intuition, it's just a path. It's a type of path. Okay. But the substance inside of that path called intuition is called inspiration. The substance inside of the path called intuition is called inspiration. So when you are sitting in front of a pathway, a spiritual pathway, that's called intuition. A spirit is sitting on the other side of that. And that spirit, it might be a demon, it might be an angel, it might be God, it might be the devil, it might be a zodiac sign, whatever y'all think is strong enough to be worthy enough for you to talk to. It should be only be God, the Almighty. But anyway, on the other side, okay, is a thing called, what's passed between that is called inspiration. You don't know this, but there's a thing called demonic inspiration. Yes, demons can inspire you. It's called temptation. Temptation is when demons inspire. Demonic inspiration is called temptation. So, are you worried? Are you full of doubt? Are you hopeless? Are you depressed? Do you think God is real? Like, your answer will shift, if you are hopeless, if you are doubtful, if you're full of worry, those three things are demonic intuition. They are demonic pathways used for demons to transfer inspiration to you. Okay? Hope. joy, bliss, celebration, pain, all those actually are holy intuition. They are holy pathways that on the other side, angels are sitting, passing you inspiration from God. Okay? This is unique, and you should know this. Okay? When you speak, you position yourself to a type of spiritual pathway. Meaning, when you speak, you enter into a covenant with either demons or the devil or angels or God. Okay? And everything else other than God is a demon. I want you to be absolutely clear. There is nothing else outside of God that is holy. All right, so your words create covenants, spiritual covenants. Okay? Oh, my life sucks. Well, God's not going to chase you. God's not going to convince you. He doesn't need you. Okay? If you believe that your life sucks, you just stepped in front of a demonic pathway for demonic inspiration to flow through you. That's called temptation. Now, remember, we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with principalities. Your speech, what you say positions you. Okay? Wrestling is about proper position. Remember. So when you position yourself properly, what ends up happening is, on the other side, they then start to provide for you. Demons can provide. They can buy your house. They can fund you, send actual money to you, but so can God. And people think Jesus was poor. Jesus was not poor. He had things better than banks. He had treasury. Jesus had treasury. He was able to have a treasury. That's more than banks have. So, with that being said, comparisons are dangerous. Comparisons are dangerous. And I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why they are dangerous. Number 1, comparisons dismiss God's provision. When you compare your life to someone else's, you are essentially saying, what God gave me right now is not enough. That mindset dismisses the provision and the blessings God has already placed in your path. The danger here is that it blinds you from gratitude and keeps you from seeing how God is actively moving in your life right now. So the word thankful, it means content. The word thankful, it means content. When you are thankful and you speak it, thank you, God, you are accusing God of being a great provider. It's an accusation. You are being a great provider. Okay? But you are signaling to God that you're good. Thanks. I'm content. I'm satisfied. Thank you. People confuse thankfulness with winning, that you need a gift in order to be thankful. No, even if you're hungry right now, are you alive? Yes. Thank you, God. I am content. I'm content. Just because you feel hunger doesn't mean that you're not content. If you're not content, you're sick. You're like literally your body is sick, like you're in illness, or you're dying, you have cancer, or like something, okay, or you're dead. All right. The second dangers of comparison is comparison trains you to not trust yourself. When you compare, you are telling your judgment that it's on shaky ground, it's on soft sand. So comparison doesn't just damage your faith with God, it also destroys your ability to self-trust. instead of moving with conviction, you begin to second guess your steps on and hesitate on every decision. This is where Ashtaroth thrives. Ashtaroth is a demon, and Ashtaroth is the demon that makes you hesitate, and you need to be perfect in everything in order to take the next step. This is the imposter syndrome. Oh, I'm not good enough. Okay. This is where Ashtaroth thrives by training you to rely on the pace of success of others instead of how God designed you. LeBron James is an excellent basketball player. So is Michael Jordan. I do not like when people compare the two together against one another as if they are rivals. They are not rivals. They are two excellent basketball players. Also, if you are playing basketball and you compare yourself with LeBron James, you already lost. You need you. God gave that for you, not for LeBron James. Okay? And LeBron, if you're watching this, hit me up, man. I want to talk to you. All right? The third danger of comparison is it removes you from joy. There's a phrase, comparison is the thief of joy, and this is true. It's absolutely true. Why? Because joy is the source of happiness, number one. But two, joy is part of grace. And grace means God's unmerited love and favor. So when God is providing, he's also protecting. So when God is doing you a favor, this is provision. Grace is God's unmerited love and favor. So when he's providing, he's also protecting. So joy is God's protection. Okay, joy, the source of happiness. So think of this. Okay, when you were young and you were playing in the front yard, and you ended up, telling your dad you're going outside in the front yard to play. Your dad said okay, so he came to the front porch, popped his cigar in his mouth, and he started looking over you, making sure nothing came to get you, nobody came to kidnap you, making sure you're safe. You knew your dad was there, so you spun in circles. You yelled, you did things, you played in the mud, you did what kids did or do, okay? That safety, that sense of security there allowed you to create. It allowed you to play. And play can only exist when God's protection is present. This is joy. When you were playing in that front yard without a worry, this is joy. Okay. The opposite of worry is joy. All right. People think the opposite of worry is hope. No, the opposite of worry is joy. This is when you understand God is sitting on the front porch, watching you, watching over you. And now you have the sense of safety, the security to play, to sing, to dance, to spin. And that's that. Okay. But when you compare, you remove yourself because you're telling God his protection is not good enough. And if you want to learn more about joy, remember joy is the highest level of prayer. If you want to learn more about prayer, you get your copy of A Piece Called Love ebook. It's linked in the description. You'll see all my resources down there. Okay. But comparison, it relieves you of God's protection, especially you as a business owner. Don't think that God is outside of business. God is business. Okay. Once you are comparing your competitors as if there's a limited amount of money, you are now operating from greed. Okay? Money is in abundance. Yes, we have dollar bills, we have yen, we have this, we have that. Once all of that is ran out, human beings will create another store of value. And in the store of value, more money will come about. I don't know. It might be seashells. It might be pieces of bread. I have no clue. But there's enough money for everybody to be wealthy. And I mean that. Okay. You don't need to compare your business with others. What you need to do when you have your market analysis meeting, which you should, every business needs to have their market analysis meeting. You need to be looking at how other people, other businesses in your niche are operating. So for example, if you see a donut shop down the way and they have a logo with red in it, your logo has only orange and yellow. Why is everybody going to the business that only has red? They're not your competitors. You just want to attract the same people. Like, you want to attract people too, so that they can get the donuts from you. This is not comparison. This is learning. Okay. This is wisdom. You learn from other people's experience. That's wisdom. Okay. So just understand that joy is, comparison is the thief of joy for a reason. So what's the solution? Number one, you need to find your own purpose. Okay. You need your own purpose and live in it, sit in it. If you don't know your own purpose, send me an email. I would love to work with you. If you're a business owner and you think that your business is going the wrong direction, send me an email. I'd love to work with you. But your purpose can be acquired or not acquired, can be discovered by the feeling of three things together, all together: creativity, contribution, creativity, contribution. It's the three C's. It's not care. It's not compassion. Oh, well. Well, I forgot. It's a framework that I love too. Creativity. I feel like I need it. I feel like I need it. Anyway, so once you are in your purpose, okay, your purpose will be supported by your goals. All your goals should funnel right into into your purpose in life. And each one of your goals should have tasks, and each one of your tasks should be prioritized on your calendar. If you follow your calendar, you will be living in your purpose. There's no room for comparison at that point. There's literally no room for comparison. Okay. So purpose is the solution. Number one. Number two, the second solution is be thankful. Be content. Okay. Are you alive? Are you good? Like, with your money, somehow every month God comes through and you have enough for rent. That's content. Be thankful. When you are thankful, God sees that as you being grateful. And now more provision comes. Okay? So, I hope this has blessed you. Okay? I have a question. Have you ever been comparing your life, and what ends up happening is your life starts to dwindle out? Like, you're not seeing as much growth. Okay? And I would love to know, okay? Have you seen that that comparison is the thief to joy? Let me know. I would love to know. Okay, do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, and comment. I am hosting personally a retreat. Okay, this is a retreat deep in the mountains of Alaska, the Denali Mountains. It's an exclusive high level event for executives, CEOs, pastors, decision makers. It's for you guys that are ready to center yourself. You guys are ready finally to understand, to discover what your purpose is again. Okay? 5 days, I'm only accepting applications, but only 6 people will be let in. Okay? Email me for the details and I will send you over the how to apply. I am literally not accepting everybody. I am not accepting everybody, and this is a high level event. So, if you didn't know, now you know.